Hello, my friends. It's your brother Zen sharing messages of love from above. And I'm excited this reading for today, a video is going to be all about the new moon that's coming up in Capricorn. It's going to be coming up in about 4 days, around January 12th. And it's going to be hitting around 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time is when the actual exact new moon is. So depending on where you're at in the world or the country, you might be sneaking into January 13th a little bit as well. So just know that anything with these new moons, we usually feel it, 4 days before and 4 days after, depending, so we can keep a lookout for that. What's crazy is that I've been looking at some astrology, like the astrological impacts, what's been going on. And of course, over these last 3 years, it's been like a breaking down of our thinking, a shaking up of our values. What do other people's actions mean? And what am I supposed to do, and all that kind of fun stuff. And now, with this new moon coming up, Pluto, which has been doing all that breaking down and everything, is in conjunction with this new moon, which means it's joining together, and we're being brought to this place where we can now choose regeneration if we want to. It's kind of like building from scratch. I kind of look at it as like the phoenix, right? It feels like over these last few years, everything's been burning down. And now from these ashes, we can have this extra big new beginning. Normally new moons are about new beginnings, but with this influence from Pluto, it's even a bigger, big new beginning opportunity for us. And we also have some wonderful energetic help coming from Neptune in Pisces. And that, what that brings in, it's like, it's an opportunity for healing and like collaboration, which is so perfect because for me, my 2021 focus is stepping into unity. And of course, in our current times, especially in the United States, it appears there is division. And, I say appears because division is a choice. And we don't have to choose it if we don't want to. One of the messages that was coming up for me as I was preparing for this video was that it takes two to divide, right? But it also takes two to unite. And this new moon, it's bringing us all the opportunity to stop focusing on what separates us and focus on what, unites us. So I was kind of showing like these two cards, and it's like, let's focus on what unites us, not what divides us. Because what we focus on, of course, grows. And just the things that came to my mind when it's like, what do we all have in common? We all want love. We all want acceptance of ourselves. We all want to feel safe. We all want food and water to eat and drink. We all want a place we call home. And if you look at everyone has a dream. And if we work together as one, then we can accomplish so much. But when we're divided, then that energy is divided, and actually we start working against one another and accomplish even less than we would without division. With the new moon in Capricorn, these cards here are from this book, Moonology here, and has some good information in here too about, of course, a new moon. It talks about a new start. But what I love is it talks about if we're unhappy in our current situation, look for something new. And of course, the situation can be work, relationships, living situations, whatever it might be, or it can be the status of the world. It could be the, state of our country, our state of our cities, of our neighborhood, whatever it might be. If we're not happy in our current situation, then we have to do something new. It talks about, where do you want to be in a year? Where do you want to be in 5 years? Do we want to be where we are now? And if we continue to do what we always did, we're going to get what we always got. So, I keep on coming back to this because it's such a volatile thing that kind of came to a climax yesterday in the United States is, if we don't want to keep what is going on right now, we have to do something different. We have to make a new change, a new beginning. And Capricorn, especially with this influence in this new moon, Capricorn gives us the energy to do the work, to reach our dreams, and we can do that together. Normally for these readings, I do I pick a card and do a variety of ones, but with the message of unity just so strongly coming through for this period, I was guided to bring just one collective message for this new moon. So I'm going to go ahead and just have one reading. I'm going to pull cards to see what one collective message the Creator has for us all. All right, so before I start pulling cards and do all this, I just want to thank the Creator. We just thank you for your unconditional love for us. We just thank you that even amongst any times we feel like we're in darkness, that there is always a light that we can find within that love you have for us, and that we ultimately do have for each other, even when we can't see it. We thank you, all you angels and guides and our ancestors and those of our loved ones that have passed and come to the other side. All of you that are watching over us as we go on this path, helping us choose those things that are for our highest good and our highest love. We thank you as well, and invite you all and our Creator to be here with us as we see what messages of love from above we have. And I'm going to start by pulling one of these Queen of Moon Oracle cards here and see what messages we have. All right. What is our first message that you have for us, please? For us as the collective of the world, what message do you have for us? Wow, okay. So we have the first one is action. The next one is creation. And we have beginnings. And then we have patience. Wow. Wow. Let me see, I think I'm just going to do these way. I don't think they're going to stand up that way. Wow, what a message. I mean, and we just talked about Capricorn, giving us the energy to take action towards our dreams, and talk about creating new things from the ashes, new beginnings. And then, of course, patience. Things aren't going to change in a day. They didn't, life, we don't get to where we're at in, one step. We've taken many steps to get to where we're at in our life. And it's going to take us steps to get to the new place in our life as well. So let me see what additional messages these might have here for us from the little book. So for action here, it says, the time has come to take action. Let go of your paralysis. Let go of your burdens, step by step. And the little phrase it mentions with this is, I am responsive and ready to take action. Sometimes we are afraid to move forward. This is natural. Change can be difficult. And if we've been hurt or have failed before or have failed before, we are anxious about what may happen if we instigate change. Maybe we think it's easier and safer to just tread some water for a while. Instead of taking joyful action towards the things we truly desire, such as the writing of a book, undertaking study, accepting a new job, or seeking a better relationship, we balk, we freeze. We do not take the steps we could, and so we remain stagnant. We don't grow. This moon phase encourages us to embrace action. Action is a part of our humanity. We're not made to hide and refuse to blossom. Wow. Wow. And then this other one is 39 for creation. I'm just blown away. I'm still in a little bit of shock of how all these cards popped out, and they all have to do with what is going on. So creation, you can create your own destiny. Be industrious. Every creature on earth creates. You should welcome the process of creation. Save money and time. Have a reserve. And the phrase for this one is, I am a mighty creator or creatrix. It's my birthright to create. There is a good reason for the saying, busy as a beaver, for the beaver is truly an industrious animal. Not only do they create sophisticated architectural lodges, but they change the course of rivers and waterways through strategic damming. They create new environments for themselves and other animals. Like the beaver, we too create with industriousness and vigor. Everyone is creative, not just those who are considered to be creatives, such as artists, designers, musicians, and writers. We all can be encouraged to think more creatively, to solve problems outside of square solutions, to invent new ways, and to imaginatively break new trails. This moon is the moon of taking action. Our northern hemisphere ancestors at this time would be preparing for winter. They would be preserving food, preparing skins, gathering medicines, strengthening their homes if they were not nomadic, and preparing to move to better hunting grounds if they were. Anyone who didn't work hard at this time would likely suffer greatly for when winter came. The time to take action is now. So again, action. And what came to me for this card too, as I was reading that, like I was mentioning, we're creating every moment. Whatever we're focusing on is growing. So whatever our energy is going towards is creating something. And, like the Native American tale about, within us and the world, there's a white wolf and a dark wolf. And whichever one we feed is the one that grows and grows bigger. And then we got beginnings here. And this is actually the new moon card here on the bottom. So that's exactly what this reading is for, is the new moon. So how fitting. And it states, you're offered a fresh start. Your journey is beginning. Take the first steps towards something new. It is time to place emphasis on your health and well-being. And the phrase for this one is, I accept and rejoice in renewal and beginnings. There is something incredibly poetic and even romantic about that tiny sliver of silver that is the new moon. After the waning cycle and depth of the dark moon, here is appearing in the sky, incredibly, a crescent of the finest light. almost a scratch upon the blackboard of the universe. Here is the evidence that even after the darkest night, light returns again. Wow. The crescent of the new moon is an ancient symbol that stretches back to ancient prehistory. There are cave drawings featuring crescent moons, sculptures of goddesses with crescent moon diadems, and the goddess Aphrodite, and I'm going to murder some of these words, Hecate, it's Hekate, Diana, Artemis, and Nana, and many Central Asian female deities were often depicted with new moon symbology. Go back even further into Neolithic cave paintings where moon and sun symbology features, with no phase more commonly being depicted than the new moon. So when the new moon appears in the lunar cycle, we're gifted with a new beginning and a fresh start. What we have identified as useless or unneeded anymore has been released in the void of the dark moon. And here, waiting is a new chance. Here we get to renew our lives and feel free enough to risk trying again. Whether we are asking for a fresh start in relationships or a new love, or are heralding the actioning of intentions such as better health, new business, or the start of a new project, riding the new moon energy will assist us. Many creative people start new works on a new moon, and this person is personally as an author likes to begin all their works on that phase, even if beginning means simply typing up a cover page or an outline. The most powerful of new moons for new starts traditionally are within the seasons of spring. So we got some of those coming up soon. And then this last card here is patience. It's the green corn moon. It says, enjoy the journey, not just the destination. The time has come to learn patience and avoid the lure of instant gratification. Slow down. Take your time. Things are happening, you just don't see it yet. Be loving and patient with your body. And the phrase for this one is, I take my time to enjoy the journey. Patience is a kind of faith in foreseeing. We might see the seed, but we foresee the flower. We might see the books on the table, but we foresee the degree at the end if we read them. If we think physically, we might feel the pain of a hard workout, but foresee and have faith in the muscle and fitness levels that will build. Patience is a way of experiencing the process of fruition. For some of us, we choose what is quick and easy. We may choose activities we know we will be good at. These require no big process, no great challenge over time, and so no great achievement, even if we are good at them. More difficult is the kind of patience and mastery where the skills or learning take time to accrue, and this is where the beauty of patience is born. When we truly realize the power of patience, we understand the power of gaining something incredibly deep and embedded rather than the quick hit of instant gratification. There is a great power in going slow. There is also the lifelong benefit of the power of trusting that you can hold a focus for a time for something big. For some of us, learning a physical skill enables us to fall in love with our bodies again, seeing it change and try over and over. We recognize its magnificence in all its weirdness, wonkiness, strength, weakness, and inherent wisdom. We get to feel the process and the miracle. And if our body doesn't quite get it and we run out of patience, well, nasty self-talk is the last thing I would throw at it. After all, my body is not my enemy. Instead, I throw compassion and trust at it. The compassion that it is doing its best right now, and the trust that it will get me to where I want to go, even if that is eventually. I've learned to be patient. The green corn moon encourages us to watch for growth and enjoy patiently the journey of growth. While we may not yet be at fruition, we are on the way. Well, and as I was reading that, what Spirit was showing me about the body is, this kind of comes from Christianity too, how, all the Christian churches, they called themselves the body of Christ. And so I look at both for, like the United States, all of the Americans and all the population that is in America is the body of the United States. And then the world, every country, every person in this world is the body of Earth. And when you look at this, and it talks about, if our body doesn't quite get it and we run out of patience, nasty self-talk is the last thing we want to throw at each other. After all, our body is not our enemy. Instead, I throw compassion and trust at it, and that is what helps us grow. Wow. I'm just kind of blown away just by the messages that are coming through here. And the other thing that came up to me while I was reading this was about trust. And we can trust, patience is about trusting timing, right? And trusting that our path is unfolding for our highest good. And one of the things that I used to always get reminded of in my own life was, if I trust the Creator, then I also trust the Creator's timing. We get fearful when we aren't trusting, right? When we're pulled outside of that trust in the Creator. If we feel that our life is out of control and this world is out of control and spinning out of control, then we're going to fear. We're going to try to control things ourselves. We're going to try to make things unfold the way that we think it should. And we might even pray and say, God, make this happen. But what if, as a little child, a little child's like, just give me ice cream every moment of the day for my food. It's eventually going to not be enough, and it's going to actually end up hurting the child. So the parent knows what to give. Yeah, it might give us a little bit of ice cream because, hey, ice cream, it does the body good. But if it has something else to give us, if the Creator has something else to provide us, then we're like, you know what? I'm going to have the spaghetti and meatballs. That's not so bad. I'm going to have this, apple. I'm going to have, all these nutritious things that the Creator will bring us as well. And trusting the Creator, trusting that we are co-creating our lives by what we're focusing on is what grows, and what comes into our life is for us, not against us. Next, I'm going to pull a card here from, this is the Enchanted Map, which I thought it jumped out to me. I have a lot of decks, but this one jumped out because what I felt was right now, a lot of us might be feeling kind of lost, and a little direction is always helpful, isn't it? Creator, angels, what message do you have for us as the unified collective, please? Please make it obvious for us. So we like clear messages, please. Okay, I feel like this one is jumping out at us here. This one is wide open. Number 42. Put that there. And the message for wide open is, you are free to express your uniqueness to the world and share in all the bounty of life's endless possibilities. Well, when it's wide open, it just feels like our future is wide open. We don't have to let the past define what is possible for us, right? We can restart a new beginning today, and just the future is wide open if we just let go of all those beliefs of what we think are possible, what we think should be, what we think is supposed to be, And we just invite the Creator to say, bring it. What do you have for us? I'm not going to limit to you. I'm going to let you bring me what you feel is best, because Creator knows best, right? And it goes on to say, all manner of opportunities are presented to you at this time. The wide open card is a signal that you're able to truly manifest your dreams and that your goals are in sight. Don't remain small and contracted. Instead, expand your horizons beyond what you believe to be your limitations. You have a unique voice that needs to be expressed in the world. The universe is supportive of new ideas and approaches at this time, so speak up and speak out. This card is the sign of the maverick who freely roams the wide open space of possibility. Allow for a greater vision to replace old ideas as you dream a grander dream. And there's a reversed description of this card too, which kind of shows the shadow side of what we can work on with this, which I feel I'm supposed to read as well, so I will. And it says, envy, jealousy, and possessiveness are the character flaws to be careful of at this time. You or someone else is closed off, unable to remain open to new ideas or intimacy. Heed the gentle warning that too tight a hold on what or who you love or what you aspire to will choke the life out of that which you desire. Open your heart and loosen your grip, for what is truly yours can never be withheld from you. If another is shutting you down, let that person be. Don't try to force a door or a mind to open. Wow. Okay. I don't think I need to add to that. And then I'm going to pull a card here from The Universe Has Our Backs. Thankfully it does. As I mentioned, life is happening for us, not to us. So as I'm going through any emotion, I get to look at that if I want to and just ask myself, what would I wanted to learn from this? How can I grow from this? How can I grow from this? All right, Creator, what message do you have for all the unity, the collective humanity here on this planet? What message do you have for us? Oop, there we go. Wow. This actually popped out for me earlier when I did a personal reading for myself, and I thought what a beautiful card this would be for everyone, and maybe it was just them telling me that it was. It says, true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. And what that meant for me, and what the message I got earlier for this card, is that, you know, there's two of us inhabiting our body in a way. You know, we've got our soul, this unconditionally loving, powerful, supernatural, eternal being that's made of unconditional love. It is unconditional love. And then we have our fear ego, which is the kind of the tour guide that takes us on this journey, this adventure on this earthly plane of conditions where we fear and experience all the emotions of fear, like, you know, the fight or flight, which is, you know, anger, sadness, depression, running from things, anxiety, you know, all these things that a lot of us are feeling right now because of everything that's going on in the world, whether it's, you know, fear of illness or fear of government upheaval or fear of people taking things away from us or forcing things on us, you know, all the emotions that have been around since the beginning of time. You know, it's not anything new, but this new beginning we can have is a fresh start, taking a deep breath, allowing ourselves to feel and understand why we're feeling what we're feeling. You know, what are the triggers that are lying below our emotions? When we're in it, we can't really think about it, because when we're in fight or flight mode, our brains are in total protect ourselves or run and defend ourselves. And so becoming non-defensive and to calm our emotions, take a deep breath, step back into love, our loving being, you know, who we really are. We're able to look at, what am I really fearing? What am I really afraid of? And understanding that, you know, attacking each other is not going to get us anywhere. Being defensive towards one another is not going to get us anywhere. So, you know, we have a big change coming up right now, in that we as a world, we as a country, we as individuals get to make the choice on what we want to choose. Do we want to choose more fear and grow that? Or do we want to choose love and grow that instead? We can let the fear shrink and let the love expand. And I'm going to end the card here with a chakra love card, and just see what final message the universe has for all of us as a collective. It says, one huge family. What message do you have for us, Creator? Okay, I feel we got this one and this one. Any others? Nope, that was it. Letting go. Letting go is not giving up. Sometimes it is the first step towards success. And creation. Creation. I know you remember it, but I just love pointing it out. The flames of destruction will ignite a rebirth. Oh my God. So like I talked about when I started the video, it's like the phoenix, right? The flames of rebirth. We've just have had so much of us over the last, you know, like I mentioned, just astrologically, the last 3 years, we might have felt like things were falling around between us. All our values are being challenged. It feels like everything's been rattled and shaken and things are in a rubble. But from the ashes, from the new foundation, the clean slate, we get to create, you know, it's wide open. Wide open. When we've lost everything, and we haven't, but when we feel like we've lost everything, we have an opportunity to recreate and rebuild everything. Wow. I hope this finds you, and I hope this will help a little bit for you to just take a deep breath and realize you are loved so much unconditionally. And it's a wonderful message for all of us. I really encourage you to share this video with as many people as you can, not for myself, but just for our world, because it is such a strong, clear message for us, you know, from the Creator. And if you would like to help out, you know, help this grow and help these messages get out to more people, liking the video helps it appear on other people's suggested videos. Subscribing to my channel also helps it grow and helps it appear. And if you want to be included and get notified of any of these future videos, just when you click subscribe, click the little alarm icon and you'll get notified as well. I'm still so blown away by this. I appreciate you so much, and thank you for watching this video, for sending your love to the world, and, you know, pouring your love emotions into the world, and consciously focusing energy on love instead of fear, because that helps our emotional state of this entire planet. The more love we express, the more love we give, the more love we share, the more love and the more healthier this world and we are. I do love you very much. I wish you all the love, the joy, and the peace that you can handle. And you take care.